Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today, via tape delay from South Fayette High School here in McDonald, it's Wpial High School soccer playoff time as the South Fayette Lions take on the Laurel Highlands Mustangs in a AAA first-round game. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupin. We welcome you aboard for tonight's Wpial Boys Soccer Playoff game. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupin. We'll be back with the lineups for both teams after these messages.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbauer.
We're back here at South Fayette High School. The 12th-seeded Laurel Highlands Mustangs, 11-5-1, taking on the number 5 seed, the South Fayette Lions. The Mustangs getting introduced. Let's take a look at their lineup. Up front today will be number 7, Alec McAlay, and number 11, Colby Davis. The Mustangs will have Dom Margella, Dylan Seaman, and Justin Hartzick in the midfield. The sweepers expected to be Seth Yannick. The stoppers, Braden Steele and Eli Mitchell, with the center backs Dylan Rice and Jeremy Abraham, with Jacob Campbell in goal. The Mustangs picked up some pretty big injury news in a scrimmage they had against Mount Pleasant this past Thursday, losing Todd Brown to a torn ACL. Of course, the Mustangs have been banged up all season long, and unfortunately that trend continuing right here before the WPIL playoffs, with the Mustangs in the WPIL playoffs for the 5th time over the last 6 years. In the previous 4 playoff trips, the Mustangs have managed to pick up a playoff win in each of those seasons. Now the South Fayette Lions getting introduced. South Fayette playing a 3-5-2 here today with 4 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 2 freshmen in their starting lineup. They'll have Jarrett Renz, a senior, and Jacob Olszewski, another senior, up front. The 5 players in the midfield include number 11, Chad Eldridge, a freshman, number 2, Rudy Panda, a senior, number 10, Colin Matnisick, a junior, number 24, Gavin Eldridge, a sophomore, number 4, Max Snodgrass, a sophomore. In the back, Zach Weiss, Ethan Sanders, and Michael Gates. Gates, a sophomore, Sanders, a freshman, and Weiss, a junior. In goal, number 17, Tim Loker, the senior keeper. Against South Fayette, 12-4-2 overall. They finished at 8-1-1 in Section 4. AAA play finished behind Chartiers Valley, who was the section champs. We're back with the start of tonight's match right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network. We'll get this WPIL playoff match underway between Laurel Highlands and South Fayette right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network. Just about set to go here at South Fayette. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs taking on the South Fayette Lions. Rob Eldridge, the head coach of the South Fayette Lions. Of course, Jerry Rogers, usually the head coach of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, but Jerry's daughter getting married here this afternoon. So Dave Sahida, who's normally the Laurel Highlands girls coach, is the acting head coach for the Mustangs for this WPIL first-round playoff game against South Fayette, seeded 5th. The Mustangs of Laurel Highlands seeded 12th. The winner of this match will take on either Ringgold or Indiana. Those two teams playing in the 4-13 matchup today at Bell Vernon High School, and they'll play coming up on Wednesday in the WPIL quarterfinals. Again, in Laurel Highlands' previous 4 playoff trips over the last 6 years, the Mustangs picking up a playoff win, and they'll have to do so here today on the road against South Fayette to continue that string as Chad Eldridge tries to work it down the near line here for South Fayette. Ball deflected out of bounds off of the Mustangs and out, and Zach Weiss, the junior left back, will send it back in as Dom Margella battles there against Jacob Olszewski of South Fayette. Now the Lions send it back to Michael Gates on their back line on the far side of Max Snodgrass, and now Colin Martinsik. I'll get that right before the end of the afternoon here today. Trying to play it along. On the other side, Alec McLeay for Laurel Highlands getting a touch. One off the ball by Rudy Panda, and Panda going down. The Mustangs trying to break back here with Eli Mitchell. Panda still slow in getting up on the South Fayette side as Laurel Highlands tries to set up their attack, sending it down the near wing to Dom Margella. Margella into the South Fayette zone. Over to Colby Davis. Davis looking to reset. Back there to Dylan Seaman. Seaman circling on the back line now to Jeremy Abraham. Off to Seth Yannick. A little pursuit there from Olszewski. And South Fayette finding the loose ball, trying to race back. Olszewski down the far wing, looking to cross. Fronted there by Jeremy Abraham, and Olszewski gets around Abraham. Looks to cross out in front. Braden Steele knocks it down. Little poke up high there from Gavin Eldridge, again set into the corner. Max Snodgrass trying to track it down. The ball ruled out off of Laurel Highlands, and Snodgrass will reload here for South Fayette. Snodgrass on the trigger in, went off the head of Justin Hartzick, and the shot just sent high there by Rudy Panda of South Fayette. And the Mustang keeper, Jacob Campbell, will put him down. Send his troops ahead. His teammates call him Soup. And the booth there is headed by Chad Eldridge of South Fayette, battling Dom Margella. And poke it up there to Colby Davis. Rudy Panda stepping in. And South Fayette looking to break back. Look out as the Lions work it into the box. Jarrett Renz sending it here in the near corner. And the ball off of South Fayette and out. Last touch there by Jacob Olszewski, number 14. Mustangs quickly send it back in. There's Panda. Panda top of the box. Mustangs little poke out there from Abraham. Ren's trying to fight back for South Fayette. Nice little through ball, but Campbell jumping in front, not allowing Snodgrass to get a shot away there for the Lions. We played almost 3 minutes. Laurel Highlands and South Fayette scoreless here at South Fayette High School. Really a nice complex here at South Fayette. We're out on the camera deck here this afternoon. Great weather conditions as well. Temperatures in the low 70s for this WPIL first round playoff matchup. Margella off to Dylan Seaman. Mustangs looking for their first solid rush of the afternoon. Margella again down the near boundary, over to Braden Steele. Poked out of bounds by Panda. Steele again a reload. Over to Margella. Touch there to Colby Davis. Davis just kind of losing the handle there in front of Ethan Sanders. And the ball going off of Colby and outs. Goal kick here for South Fayette. Their keeper, Tim Loker, will put it down. South Fayette pretty balanced class-wise among their lineup. Again, 4 seniors, 2 juniors, 3 sophomores, and 2 freshmen here today. Laurel Highlands, 4 seniors and 7 juniors starting. The rash of injuries the Mustangs have sustained throughout the course of the season. Dylan Seaman playing it back there to Dom Margella. Margella trying to send it along, and the ball off of Laurel Highlands and out. And South Fayette and Zach Weiss to trigger it back in. Over to Ethan Sanders. Sanders off to Michael Gates down the far boundary. Going to go crossfield back on the near side, headed there by Margella. And Dom battling Chad Eldridge, winning the ball forward, looking there for Colby Davis. Pass intercepted, and that ball going off of Margella, and Dom goes down on the play. He took a shot there off the clearance attempt from Zach Weiss. And the Mustangs already shorthanded. And Dom now hopping back up to his feet. Probably just got stunned there a little bit. Ball seemed to catch him there in the back of the head. Looks like Dom will remain in the match. We've played almost 5 minutes here at South Fayette. The Lions and the Mustangs still scoreless. Zach Weiss will trigger it in. Send it back again to Ethan Sanders, and now the keeper, Tim Loker, will send the boot down the field. Headed along, and they're trying to break there with Olszewski. Rudy Panda picks it back up on the attack. A little through ball forward, and the shot just going wide there on the poke from Jarrett Renz. Ruled the last touch by the Mustangs, so they'll put it down the far side for a corner kick that'll be taken here by the freshman Chad Eldridge. Chad Eldridge along with Ethan Sanders, 2 freshmen starting here today for the South Fayette Lions. Chad puts it down from the far corner, a little line drive going all the way through out in front and deflected home. South Fayette striking first on the deflection. I think it was Max Snodgrass. No, check that. It's going to be 24. Gavin Eldridge getting the goal. So we'll step aside for a quick timeout as South Fayette strikes first here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Gavin Eldridge scoring the goal here for South Fayette, coming at the 34-33 mark of the first half to put the Lions on top. Now 1-0. Set up well from the corner from Chad Eldridge. Skipping through, and Gavin sending it home to give South Fayette an early 1-0 lead. About 5.5 minutes into this match. Now the Mustangs trying to regroup. Jeremy Abraham on the back line. Over to Braden Steele. Touch back to Dylan Rice. Rice looking across. Deflected there by the Lions. Once again, South Fayette picking up possession. For a little through ball up there to Panda, deflected back, played along by Abraham up to Eli Mitchell. A little open space here for the Mustangs. Mitchell sending it along to Alec McAlay. McAlay pressured there by Michael Gates, and Gates able to win the ball back there for the Lions. As they put it down and look to set up here with Gavin Eldridge. Trying to spring something down the far side of Snodgrass. Hartzick battling Snodgrass in front of the Mustang. In fact, check that in front of the South Fayette bench. Abraham a little poke. Going over Alec McAlay. He goes down on the play. Alec, though, hopping back up. And picking up the loose ball, Alec trying to break back. A little contact there, top of the 18 with Gavin Eldridge. We play on. Rudy Panda, a little touch there over to Colin Martinsik. Dylan Seaman finding it again there for the Mustangs. Headed back by South Fayette. Another scrum for it. Gavin Eldridge there for South Fayette. The Mustangs pick it up. Seaman up to Colby Davis. Davis trying to work into the box. Again, chipped back by South Fayette over to Panda and now Martinsik. Martinsik looking to send it down the far line. Seth Yannick stepping in for Laurel Highlands. Up to Seaman again. Playing it along to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell able to work his way around Max Snodgrass. Looking for room on the far side. Again, cleared out by Michael Gates in South Fayette. 32-15 left here in the first half. A 1-0 lead for South Fayette on a Gavin Eldridge goal for the Lions. Here's Colby Davis. Back to Dylan Seaman. Seaman looking for open space. No one home here on the near side. The ball will go back to the keeper, Tim Loker. Tim will now take it out to the edge of the box. Send it back to center. Play there by Dylan Seaman. And out here on the near side. South Fayette to trigger it back in with Zach Weiss. Off the body of Dylan Rice. Zach a little lob back forward again for South Fayette. Headed along there by Chad Eldridge. Cleared out by Jeremy Abraham. Off the head again of Zach Weiss. And our line goes down. That was Colin Martinsik. Mustangs find the loose ball. Margella battling. Last touch by South Fayette going out. Now they're going to reverse the call. Our match officials, by the way, today. Daniel Yost, Sean Riley, and Dave Wilson. 3 officials on this WPIL playoff match. First of 2 soccer playoff games here today at South Fayette. Bentworth will play Our Lady of Sacred Heart later on in a single A first round game. Jacob Campbell finding the loose ball there for Laurel Highlands. Still 1-0 South Fayette, about 9.5 minutes in. Campbell on the boot back to center was headed there by Gavin Eldridge. Their line going down, Snodgrass. Mustangs try to find the loose ball, but South Fayette, a lot of speed out there, again collapsing. And trying to send it ahead there to Rudy Panda. Play was offsides as Panda got behind Jeremy Abraham on that far side for South Fayette. Again, the Lions 12-4-2 overall, 8-1-1 out of Section 4 and 3A, but lost their last 2 conference games. Lost a 1-0 decision against Chartiers Valley. Of course, Chartiers Valley ended up winning Section 4 out of 3A, and then lost a non-conference game 3-0 against Cannon McMillan. It's not exactly the best form for head coach Rob Eldridge and his Lions, but a great regular season at 12-4-2 out of a very tough conference as well, earning the Lions the number 5 seed, and they have an early 1-0 lead here over Laurel Highlands. And South Fayette, a rich playoff history as Jason Cooper checks in for Laurel Highlands. We'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network. We're back here in McDonald at South Fayette High School. The Lions leading the Laurel Highlands Mustangs by a score of 1-0. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay. Nice to have you along with us for some high school soccer playoff action, boys. First round action in AAA. 5th time over the last 6 years the Mustangs in the WPIL playoffs, taking on the 2015 WPIL champs in South Fayette. I was saying before the last break, South Fayette, a rich soccer playoff history, including that WPIL championship just 2 seasons ago. Last year, the team actually finished below 500 overall, lost in the first round of the playoffs against Moon, but they're certainly peaking again here for 2017, looking to go up 2 with a little pressure inside the Laurel Highlands 18-yard box. Played back out to Olszewski as he was trying to center it off to Gavin Eldridge. Mustangs find the loose ball and break back here with Eli Mitchell. Mitchell back into the South Fayette zone. A little touch forward to Alec McLay. Looking for Mitchell again. Went off of Michael Gates. And the Lions looking for possession, but Mitchell getting back again for Laurel Highlands. He's really played well here for the Mustangs late in the season and able to control that run. South Fayette plays it right back to Jeremy Abraham. Abraham settles it down to Braden Steele. A little touch forward again to McLay. McLay trying to work his way around Michael Gates, and Gates nice little slide tackle there for South Fayette. Deflecting the ball out, allowing the Lions to get a couple more reinforcements back. Now Seth Yannick colliding there in front of the benches on the far side with Colin Martinsik. And the ball played forward as South Fayette was looking for Jacob Olszewski on a little run. And Jacob Campbell knocks out a play. Again, South Fayette trying to set it up to Jacob Renz. Renz a little push there on Braden Steele. Should be a foul here on South Fayette. Renz certainly initiated the contact there. We're down to 27:02 left here in the first half. Still 1-0 lead for South Fayette over Laurel Highlands on the Gavin Eldridge goal at the 34-33 mark of the first half. The Mustangs a nice ball down the far side here to Alec McLay. Look out, McLay looking to center to Colby Davis. Davis breaking free, and the shot just deflected there by the keeper, Timmy Loker. Best scoring opportunity of the match so far for Laurel Highlands. And the Mustangs almost able to knot things up at 1 as Colby Davis able to break free inside the 18-yard box. Will be a corner kick, though, for the Mustangs. Dom Margella to put it down here from the near side. Margella into the box, headed there by South Fayette. The cross was intended for Alec McLay and cleared out here by the Lions. Forward looking there for Olszewski and played back to Jeremy Abraham. Abraham a little touch over to Jason Cooper, just checked in for the Mustangs. Misplay, though, from Rice, picked up by Renz, sent on the near side over to Olszewski. Olszewski now breaking into the Mustang zone, crossing out in front, goes on the backside of Rudy Panda. Pressured there by Seth Yannick, and Yannick going to the far corner will send it out of play as he was fronted by South Fayette's Josh Heineman. And now Colby Livingston will check in for Laurel Highlands. Dylan Bollinger, number 9, now will also check in on the South Fayette side. And Josh Heineman with a good scoring opportunity on the South Fayette side. And the Lions still buzzing here in the Laurel Highlands zone. Eli Mitchell looking to clear it out, sending it forward there to Alec McLay's double teamed. And the play whistled down, foul there on Laurel Highlands. Colin Martinsik battling there for South Fayette, and the Lions will have a free kick here. About 33 yards from goal. They'll trot over Chad Eldridge to take the free kick from the far side. Mustangs setting up a 3-player wall. 10 yards in front, so from 33 yards out, little chip going over to Rudy Panda, who turns, shoots, and scores. Rudy Panda on the shot, might have been deflected out in front, but Panda setting up the goal, and they'll give Panda the goal here at the 24:57 mark of the first half. 2-0 South Fayette over Laurel Highlands. We're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
South Fayette, number 4, Max Snodgrass.
Here we go, Mustangs, here we go. 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 Who are you rooting for?
Back here at South Fayette, the Lions lead the Mustangs by a score of 2-0. Rudy Panda scoring the last goal, the assist going to Chad Eldridge off the set piece. And 2 early goals for South Fayette have the Mustangs down 2 just 15 minutes into this match. Eli Mitchell on the backside. Mustangs needing a quick answer right now, down 2. Down to Braden Steele, centering it off to Alec McAlay. Little touch forward there to Colby Davis, leaving for Dylan Seaman. Seaman looking for open space. Off to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell battling Gavin Eldridge, and Gavin sends it out of play. Eli to reload. Eli on the lob over to Colby Davis. Davis trying to get around Ethan Sanders. Played back there to Braden Steele. Little touch there from Eli Mitchell. Now Steele again. Steele working off to his right. Goes crossfield on the near side. And the freshman Colby Livingston trying to track it down. It was poked out of play by Zach Weiss of South Fayette. Dylan Rice will trigger it back in now for the Mustangs. Here's Dylan going over Livingston, deflected back. The Mustangs now reset there to Abraham. Panda another touch. Down on the near side of Max Snodgrass. Max was looking ahead there for Jacob Olszewski. Coming loose on the far side. Touch down there by Yannick. Over to Cooper. Cooper going in between the legs of Panda. Over to Livingston. Livingston back into the South Fayette zone on the lob down on the near side. Jason Cooper trying to track it down. Played out by Zach Weiss. Forward there to Max Snodgrass. And now Weiss again will send it down. And South Fayette with a run forward. They're going to rule this offsides, though. Dylan Bollinger looking for the break. South Fayette fans don't like the call. Mustangs will have a free kick. With 22:36 left here in the first half. Gavin Eldridge and Rudy Panda picking up first half goals here for South Fayette. As Campbell sends it down, looking there for Colby Davis. Chip back by Eli Mitchell over to Colby. A little touch there from Dylan Seaman. Pressured on by South Fayette. And Rudy Panda again finds the loose ball for the Lions. Panda's played well to start this match. Weiss looking for a clear one off the body there of Colby Livingston. Ethan Sanders trying to reset on the Lions side. Ball goes out of bounds here on the near side. Livingston to take the quick throw in. Looking there for Dylan Seaman. Weiss stepping in. South Fayette trying to break back. And this time the ball off of Livingston and out will be a South Fayette throw in. They'll load down the near side and the ball ruled out of play. Again, the South Fayette bench not liking the call. Free kick again for the Mustangs. Mitchell to take it. Mitchell on the boot. Top of the 18-yard box, deflected around, knocked down by Livingston. Panda trying to break out. Livingston finds it again. Here's Colby Livingston looking there for Dylan Seaman. Was not in position. And South Fayette sending it out. As Livingston and Seaman not on the same page on that last rush. Mustangs again deflected high. Davis is there, back to Steele. A little slide out there from Josh Heineman. As the ball deflected out off of, looks like Laurel, no, check that, South Fayette now. So it'll be a Laurel Highlands throw in as Steele will take it. That one goes off of Ethan Sanders, and Sanders that time able to send the clear off of a Mustang and out going off of Alec McAlay. So Sanders again to reload. Little lob down the far side. In the scrum, Braden Steele comes out of the pack with it for Laurel Highlands. Looking there for Cooper. Won back by Gavin Eldridge. And look out, South Fayette trying to break back, but again offsides as they're looking for Jacob Olszewski on the break. Free kick again for the Mustangs after the offsides call, almost midway through this first half. Still 2-0, South Fayette over Laurel Highlands. A little header there from Zach Weiss. And South Fayette looking to break back. Played along there by Jacob Olszewski. Deflected back over to Laurel Highlands, Dylan Seaman. Seaman on the run down the far side. No one home as the ball goes back to the South Fayette keeper, Timmy Loker. Locher now out to the edge of the box. Putting it back to center, headed along by Panda. Coming forward here to Olszewski. Look out. Jacob Olszewski breaking back. Olszewski into the box. Olszewski looking across. Deflected off of Abraham. Played back on the near side, and the shot just sent high by Max Snodgrass. So another good break for South Fayette. Leading the attack, but Snodgrass is shot missing high. Score remains 2-0 Lions over the Mustangs. 19:09 left here in the first half. As the keeper, Jacob Campbell, puts it down. Campbell back to center over McLay. And Colby Davis stepping in, trying to get around Josh Heineman. And Davis able to find the loose ball. Davis breaking back, crosses over to McLay. Will go through to Colby Livingston, trying to heel it back there to Dylan Seaman. And Dylan never found the ball. And South Fayette again with possession again. Colin Martinsik. And to lead the attack forward down on the near side. Ruled off of Laurel Highlands and out. And Justin Hartzick will re-enter for Laurel Highlands. Jason Cooper taking his seats on the South Fayette side. Gavin Eldridge will check out, and Chad Eldridge back into the match. And the ball going in there to Chad. Played back to Weiss. Over to Panda. Look out, here's Rudy Panda, top of the box. Mustangs, though, stepping back in there with Eli Mitchell. Mitchell and Panda battle. And Mitchell looking there for Hartzig, went through Justin and out. You see on that far side, Dave Sahida, Laurel Highlands acting head coach today. Jerry Rogers Sr.'s daughter and Jerry Rogers Jr.'s sister getting married today. So both of the Rogers unavailable for this match. Laurel Highlands actually asked the WPIL to move this match to Monday, but the WPIL said we have all of our AAA boys matches set for Saturday, and you're pretty much out of luck. So the Rogers being forced to miss the match. Of course, the Laurel Highlands girls will also be playing on Monday up at Mars High School in their WPIL first-round playoff matchup. Second year in a row for the Laurel Highlands girls in the WPIL playoffs after they went 15 years without a playoff appearance. South Fayette, though, up here on the boys' side, 2-0, looking to break back, but the ball ruled out of play. Now South Fayette looking there for Chad Eldridge. So Dylan Rice will send it back in here for the Mustangs. Down at 16:55 left here in the first half. Rice to trigger it in. Dylan trying to send it over. Dylan Seaman knocked down by Rudy Panda. Panda breaking back. Eli Mitchell, though, getting back defensively for Laurel Highlands. Play whistled down. I think they'll get Panda here on the foul. They will. Free kick here for the Mustangs. The Mustangs have had a couple of nice rushes down in this match. Had the one real good scoring opportunity when Colby Davis's shot just missed wide. Unable to break forward this time, and here's South Fayette coming back with Chad Eldridge. Chad getting around Jeremy Abraham. Chad on the cross out in front. Fanning there was Dylan Bollinger. And another follow-up shot sent back on to Jacob Campbell, and Campbell looking for the outlet break on the far side to Justin Hartzick. Here's Hartzick down the far wing. Hartzick breaking into the South Fayette zone, looking across there to Alec McLay. Knocked down by Max Snodgrass. Forward here to Rudy Panda. Panda looking for Jacob Olszewski. And now sent on the near side to Chad Eldridge. Eldridge battling the Mustangs' Braden Steele. And Steele and Eldridge a little bit of contact here, and I think they'll get Steele for the foul. They will, so another precarious position if you're Laurel Highlands defensively, giving up a set piece here just on the edge of the box. Watch for the cross here from Eldridge, and a little magic out in front. Eldridge on the chip and set home. Almost too easy that time for South Fayette. And the goal sent home by Max Snodgrass. The Mustangs unable to get a man there on Snodgrass. And Snodgrass getting the goal here for South Fayette at the 15-12 mark of the first half to go up 3-0. And we're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Afternoon so far for the Eldridge family. Gavin scoring the first goal for South Fayette. Chad has a pair of assists. It was Chad's set piece sent home by Max Snodgrass, and for whatever reason, Laurel Highlands leaving Max unmarked off of that set piece, and Max breaking free right out in front, sending it home past Jacob Campbell, and the South Fayette Lions now have a 3-goal cushion over Laurel Highlands with 14:54 left here in the first half. Now the Mustangs will try to fight out of a hole against a very talented team. We mentioned Laurel Highlands having to deal with their fair share of injuries. And just this past Thursday, losing one of their top defenders in Todd Brown to a torn ACL. That was in a scrimmage Laurel Highlands had against Mount Pleasant on Thursday. Hindsight being 20/20, I think Laurel Highlands probably wishes they didn't schedule that scrimmage now, losing Todd Brown. And that just follows a number of other injuries, including losing players like Connor Rapp and Zach Mansberry. And the Mustangs just hoping they could have played this match with a full squad here today. We mentioned not only do the Mustangs have some injuries among their players without both their top head coach and first assistant here today, Jerry Rogers Sr. and Jerry Rogers Jr. Trying to regroup here as Seaman looks to cross over to Alec McLay, again cleared out by Michael Gates in South Fayette. Lions looking for another run. Here's Rudy Panda on the touchdown the near side to Jarrett Renz. Renz, edge of the box. And Jarrett looking to cross. We'll send it over the head of Rudy Panda and out. Another nice rush down the field for the South Fayette Lions. And a 13:23 left before halftime. 3-0, South Fayette over Laurel Highlands if you're just joining us. Here's Panda again. Rudy Panda on the low ball forward over to Chad Eldridge. Chad breaking in, save from Campbell. Chad gets it back, and it's sent home. Eli Mitchell came back and tried to defend, but the attack just too much for South Fayette. Might have been Dylan Bollinger, number 9, that sent it home.
Assist by Chad Eldridge. Score by number 8, Jared Renz.
And they're going to give the goal actually to Jarrett Renz, number 8, not Dylan Bollinger, number 9. Both were in the vicinity. Third assist of the match for Chad Eldridge, and we're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbar.
Back here at South Fayette, now 4-0. South Fayette over Laurel Highlands. 3 assists in this match for Chad Eldridge. Gavin Eldridge with a goal. Rudy Panda with a goal. Max Snodgrass with a goal. And now Jarrett Renz with a goal. And it's all South Fayette, leading Laurel Highlands 4-0. 12:34 left here in the first half. Alec McLay trying to break back. Sent down Max Snodgrass. Another Lion flipping down on the far side. And Michael Gates did a little somersault. Well, a nice facility, though. See from our camera deck. Adjacent to the press box here at South Fayette High School. The baseball field sits off to our left. Have a nice little practice, all grass football and soccer field as well on the far left side. Quite a press box complex here as well. One of the nicer facilities we have been to around the WPIL. Ball last touch going out there off of Zach Weiss. Tough one so far for the Mustangs here this afternoon. Down 4 goals. If the result holds, this will be a rare first-round playoff loss over the last couple of years for Laurel Highlands. We mentioned in their previous 4 playoff appearances over the last 5 seasons, Laurel Highlands picking up a playoff win in each of those seasons on the boys' side, but they're really going to have to fight back here down 4 as we go under 11 minutes left in the first half. All South Fayette certainly have the better of the scoring opportunities. And a couple of the rushes, not much for Mustang keeper Jacob Campbell to do. Laurel Highlands so short-handed here today. Campbell, a little missed boot there. Going short here on the near side, but deflected over to Braden Steele. Steele, a little open space. There's Braden, edge of the box. Going into the corner. Going to cut back. Ball played back over to Dylan Seaman. Touched along to Jason Cooper. Now Steele again, ruled offsides. Braden just got behind Ethan Sanders, the defender here on the near side, before the ball was sent on. So Timmy Loker will boot it back to center for South Fayette. Chad Eldridge will settle it down over to Rudy Panda. Nice little ball forward there to Jarrett Renz. Renz slipping. South Fayette regaining for the moment before Chad Eldridge loses it here on the near boundary. A touch there from Cooper. Colin Martinsik on the chip back down on the far side was looking there on the intended feed down to Michael Gates out of his range. Now the Mustangs try to break back. A touch there over to Dylan Seaman. Seaman off to Jason Cooper. A little open space here for the Mustangs. Cooper now trying to reset edge of the box. Looking for the cross, but able to cross there in front of Zach Weiss. Weiss sending it out of play. Cooper to take the quick throw-in. Over the head of Colby Davis. Ethan Sanders looking to clear. Headed back over to Cooper on the near side for Laurel Highlands. Cooper looking to cross. Again headed forward. Over to Martinsik. Knocked down by Jeremy Abraham. Abraham with it for Laurel Highlands on the far side. Fronted there by Panda. And Panda, last to touch it going out. Seth Yannick coming over to take the throw-in. Seth on the lob back in. South Fayette on the clear back. Jeremy Abraham. Little header there. Braden Steele getting back defensively. And they're going to rule the contact initiated there by Jarrett Renz of South Fayette. Free kick here for Laurel Highlands. Down to 7:55 left here in the first half. Still a 4-0 lead for South Fayette over Laurel Highlands. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupé. Again, thanks for joining us here in the South Union Township Sports Network, whether you're watching on Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, or on our YouTube page by searching South Union Television. Here's Renz over to Rudy Panda. Panda sending it down on the far wing to Max Snodgrass. Out of his range and out. And Seth Yannick will take the throw in here for the Mustangs. Yannick lobbing it back, looking there for Hartzik. That one going off of Laurel Highlands and out. Another throw in here for South Fayette.
Coming onto the field for South Fayette, number 24, Gavin Eldridge.
Gavin Eldridge now re-entering the match for South Fayette. Looks like Rudy Panda will take a quick seat. And Panda already with a goal. A nice job setting up a couple of scoring chances as well. South Fayette, another cross out in front. Look out. Renz is there with a save made by Jacob Campbell. As Wren's looking for his second goal of the match. Senior forward for the Lions. Campbell on the boot back to center. A free kick here for the Mustangs. With Eli Mitchell and Dylan Rice are there. Mitchell will take it. Lob it down top of the box. Deflect it around. And Snodgrass playing it back over to Chad Eldridge, but Eldridge ruled out. As we go under 6 minutes left here in the first half. Cooper sending it into the box, looking there for McLay. South Fayette again playing it back to center. On the near wing, Chad Eldridge again. Sending it ahead, looking there for Renz. The keeper Campbell coming out. On a little chip ahead. As Eli Mitchell battles Gavin Eldridge. Ball sent back to Michael Gates. Gates playing it forward. Body there by Braden Steele. Steele battling Jody Guerrero, one of the new entries into the match for South Fayette. And the foul going here on the Lions. Looks like Campbell will take it. As we go under 5 minutes. Now left in the first half. 4-0. South Fayette over Laurel Highlands. South Fayette looking to set up another attack, and the chip going back here to Jacob Campbell. Lion going down. It was Chad Eldridge. Touch there from Renz. Back over to Gavin Eldridge. Had his pocket picked there by Eli Mitchell. Mitchell up to Alec McLay. And now Mitchell again. Mitchell in a little race, but the keeper Timmy Loker coming out. Making the diving cover. Loker's played well when tested so far in this match. Again, the winner here today, and it's looking like South Fayette, at least early on, will take on either Ringgold or Indiana in the quarterfinal round. Ringgold seeded 4th, Indiana 13th. Steele looking across, well defended there by Zach Weiss. Now taking his time, Timmy Loker. Come out to the edge of the box. Moved it back down on the near side through Chad Eldridge. Set back up to Guerrero. Guerrero on the cross. Intercepted there by Jacob Campbell again in front of Jarrett Renz. And on the quick clear out here to Hartzick. Justin Hartzick back into the South Fayette zone. Gonna touch it down to Alec McLay. Deflected back. McLay trying to track it down. And over there to Colby Davis. Spinning there is Seaman. Off to Jason Cooper. Look out. Good scoring opportunity for Cooper right on goal. And Loker makes the save. Cooper from point blank range. Has a shot attempt stopped there by Timmy Loker. And the Mustangs a nice rush there. Setting up Cooper here on the near side. But Jason unable to capitalize on the scoring opportunity. Chad Eldridge heading it back along there for South Fayette. Looking forward there to Guerrero. And here's Guerrero's side of the box, crossing it out in front and just deflecting it high was Jarrett Renz. Colby Livingston now back into the match on the Laurel Highlands side. Jacob Olszewski back in on the South Fayette side. Olszewski replacing Chad Eldridge. We're down at 2:15 left here in the first half, still 4-0. South Fayette leading Laurel Highlands. The Lions enter the match 12-4-2 overall. Laurel Highlands 11-5-1 overall. Mustangs seeded 12th. Lions seeded 5th. Laurel Highlands will throw in here in front of their bench. Lob there to Livingston. Over to Davis, and now Dylan Seaman. Touch there from Dylan Rice. Over to Seaman, and again cleared out by South Fayette. Luciano McElprane coming in for the final 90 seconds of this first half on the Laurel Highlands side. Tough first half for Laurel Highlands, conceding 4 goals to South Fayette. Under a minute now left. Here's Guerrero, able to break back. Well defended there by Dylan Rice. Up to McElprane. McElprane trying to play it back to Eli Mitchell. Intercepted there by Gavin Eldridge, but then Gavin turns it over to Seaman. On the far side, Alec McLay. Pass out of McLay's range and outs. 33 seconds left here in the first half. Lions find it again on the outlet, but offsides was Joldy Guerrero. A free kick for Laurel Highlands with 15 seconds now left here in the first half. Mustangs not in a lot of hurry, though, right now. Campbell on the chip down. Down to 3, down to 2. And that'll do it for the first half. South Fayette with a 4-0 lead over Laurel Highlands here at halftime. We're back to recap the first half scoring for you in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Hot dogs, homemade buffalo dip, cold drinks. Sweet.
Back here at South Fayette High School, the South Fayette Lions a 4-0 lead over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs here at halftime in this Wpial AAA boys first round playoff game. Let's take a look at the first half scoring summary. Gavin Eldridge got things started with a goal at the 34-33 mark of the first half to put South Fayette up 1-0. The Lions made it 2-0 as Chad Eldridge found Rudy Panda with a goal at the 24-57 mark of the first half. The Lions increased the lead to 3-0. Again, off Chad Eldridge's set piece, Max Snodgrass coming free out in front, sending it home and making it 3-0 Lions, and Jarrett Wren scoring on a goal that was assisted by who else? Chad Eldridge at the 13:02 mark of the second half, and it's 4-0 South Fayette over Laurel Highlands. Reminder, if you're watching this match on Atlantic Broadband or Armstrong Cable, we'd like to let you know that South Union Township Sports Network games and programs are now available online. It's easy to find. Just log on to youtube.com and search South Union Television, or follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook for program updates. That's facebook.com/South Union TV. This game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of the WPIL, with rights granted to the South Union Township Sports Network. Any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written permission of the WPIL and the South Union Township Sports Network is strictly prohibited. Again, at halftime, it's South Fayette 4 and Laurel Highlands nothing. Second half match action comes your way next here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Just about ready to start the second half. Laurel Highlands trailing South Fayette by a score of 4-0 here in this WPIL AAA first-round playoff matchup. Host school South Fayette with 4 goals from 4 different players in the first half. Gavin Eldridge, Rudy Panda, Max Snodgrass, and Jarrett Wren scoring goals on the South Fayette side. Chad Eldridge with 3 assists for South Fayette. And the Lions certainly sitting pretty and to start the second half of the match. Looking for more. On the feed here to Jacob Olszewski. Olszewski chipping it back to Colin Martinsik. Martinsik sending it down along and should be offsides there. It is. Olszewski breaking a little quickly. And Jacob Campbell put it down. No, you can't ask for better weather, though, for high school soccer playoff action here today. Game time temperature in the low 70s, clear skies. Not bad weather for late October. Mustangs to take the throw-in. Jason Cooper will send it in. Mitchell battling Panda. A little chip there from Braden Steele. Lions trying to break back on the far side. Max Snodgrass looking across. Coming out in front to Olszewski, and a little collision there with Jacob Campbell. Ball rolling out on the far side. Last touch by Laurel Highlands going out. Will be a corner kick here for South Fayette, and they'll try who else? Chad Eldridge over to take the corner. And Chad already with 3 assists so far in this match. Looking for more. Here's Chad on the corner. Coming loose on the near side. Olszewski with the header. Campbell trying to knock it down, and Jacob finally able to cover there. There's a lot of traffic in front of him. And take it out to the top of the box. Deflected back to Braden Steele. Back down to Alec McLay. Last touch by South Fayette, and Michael Gates going out. McLay trying to go quickly into the box, looking for Colby Davis. Again played out. And Eli Mitchell able to keep it in front of Rudy Panda. Over to McLay. McLay, long shot just over the bar. Good scoring attempt from outside the box there for Alec McLay. Just sent it high. And still a 4-0 lead for South Fayette. We've played just over 3 minutes here in the second half. Mustangs back in the playoffs for the 5th time over the last 6 years, but so far not going well here this afternoon. South Fayette looking for more. Eldridge on another cross. So going all the way through and out. Another goal kick here for Laurel Highlands. Certainly been fun, though, watching this Laurel Highlands boys soccer team this season. Losing some talented seniors to graduation. Jerry Freider, Alec McLean, Braden Steele, Dylan Rice, Garrett Adams, Dom Margella, Todd Brown, Jamison Siebert, and Connor Rapp. All will be graduating. This will be their final year of high school soccer, likely their final varsity match here this afternoon. Unfortunately, a couple of those names I read. I might even skip Todd Brown in the mix as well. Seniors that were injured. There's another shot from Eli Mitchell just going high. Mustangs with a couple of opportunities, though, here in the second half. But still down 4. And you'd have to think Laurel Highlands would be able to give South Fayette a pretty good match if they were at full strength. You look at some of the names not here today and not able to play due to injuries. certainly have taken their toll on the Mustangs this season. Dylan Seaman seeing it down to the far side to Dom Margella. Margella again, side of the box. Looking to cross there. Dom trying to stay with it. And Snodgrass, some solid defense there on the South Fayette side, winning it back. Here's Panda trying to send it up the near wing. Looking for Olszewski. Campbell again quickly sends it out for Laurel Highlands. And up to Alec McClay. McClay on the near side trying to fight off Michael Gates. They're going to rule the foul here on McClay. Give South Fayette a free kick. Mustang supporters don't like that call. Up to Olszewski again. Panda slipping down. Olszewski getting it back. And Steele able to clear it out on the Laurel Highlands side. Gavin Eldridge knocking it down. Bring it back along again. Olszewski. Centering it off to Martinsik. Now Olszewski again on the cross out in front. Ball loose on the doorstep was Renz, unable to send it home. And the ruling is they're off of Renz and out. So it will be a goal kick here for Campbell and the Mustangs. Down to 33 minutes left here in the second half. Still a 4-0 lead for South Fayette over Laurel Highlands. All 4 goals coming in the first half. Gavin Eldridge, Rudy Panda, Max Snodgrass, and Jarrett Renz. 3 assists for Chad Eldridge. Now Renz looking for more, but Campbell on the quick poke out. Rudy Panda coming on. Back on the far side of Renz. Renz defended there by Abraham. Renz staying with it. Dylan Rice now stepping in. Renz playing it back on the far side to Chad Eldridge. Eldridge back into the box. A slide tackle there again from Rice. Chad Eldridge still with it. Another cross out in front, going all the way through here on the near side. Touch back to Panda. Pressured on there by Cooper. Panda another shot. And Campbell the save. So South Fayette once again peppering Jacob Campbell. And Campbell stepping up with a couple of nice stops there on that little run down the field for South Fayette. Now the Mustangs looking for some offense. Seaman over to McClay. Chipped out again by Chad Eldridge. Resetting here on the back line to Michael Gates. Gates sending it along on the near side. Chipped down by Olszewski. Mitchell stepping in, battling Rudy Panda, will play on. Panda up to Cooper. And now McClay. Alec McClay. Looking there for Davis. Well defended by Zach Weiss. Mustangs look to get it back. Clear out there for Michael Gates. Getting back to center. Knocked down by Martinsik. Deflected back over on the near side, and Jason Cooper finds it there for the Mustangs. Cooper trying to go cross field. And well defended. And Max Snodgrass that time. Mustangs take a low shot from the far side. Just goes wide. Laurel Highlands a little more spunk in their step here in the second half. Still unable to get one past the South Fayette keeper, Timmy Loker. 31-23 left in regulation time. The Mustangs still down 4. Mitchell continues to battle in between defenders. Eli Mitchell, nice little run ahead. Here's Eli Mitchell forward to Colby Davis, but ruled offsides. Oh, so close. On the run into the box. But Davis offsides, and Loker takes the quick kick. Over to Zach Weiss. Weiss on the lob, out of play. Jeremy Abraham to trigger it back in. Off the body there of Chad Eldridge. Again, South Fayette looking to set something up. Martinsik, a little touch. Back to Chad Eldridge again. Play whistle down again on the offsides. Again, thank you for tuning in for the Laurel Highlands boys in action here. Wpial High School soccer playoff action at South Fayette. We'll also have the Laurel Highlands girls in action taking on Mars in their first round playoff game. here on the network as well. Watch for replays of that match as well. There's Dylan Seaman from about 35 yards out, just sending it wide here on the near side. So the Mustangs continuing to get some opportunities here in the second half. And those 4 goals from South Fayette in the first half still standing strong. And you look towards possible men of the match. Certainly have to look in the direction of Chad Eldridge, who has done such a nice job to create here for South Fayette today. Here's Dylan Seaman on the Laurel Highlands side. Dylan dancing all over the place, sending it back to Jacob Campbell. Campbell on the chip looking there for Justin Hartzick on the lob down. Snodgrass trying to play it out. Now a little collision on the far side. Eldridge will send it back down to Jarrett Renz. Renz on the far boundary. Renz now looking to cross out in front. Oshesky is there and intercepting. Out in front once again, Jacob Campbell. Quick roll out here on the near side to Braden Steele. Steele breaking out for the Mustangs. A little open space ahead. Braden coming forward. A little touchdown to Jason Cooper. Cooper, though, having it poked away there by Gavin Eldridge. Over to Rudy Panda. Panda slips. Pressured there by Eli Mitchell. But the Lions stay with it, and Zach Weiss sends the through ball down to Chad Eldridge. Eldridge almost overran the ball, able to regain on the far side, fronted there by Jeremy Abraham. Eldridge now puts it down, gets some support back up the field, crosses over to Martinsik. Martinsik now pressured there by Eli Mitchell. Back over to Chad Eldridge on the chip into the box, going over Renz and ruled offside here on the near side from Oshesky. A free kick for Campbell and the Mustangs. We're down to 28 minutes left here in regulation time. We're joking before the start of the match. I think the scoreboard is still set for night mode. Not very bright in the middle of the day. Sometimes tough to pick up the exact time on the scoreboard to our right. That's about the only thing we can complain about here at this facility. It is spectacular as far as a high school facility here in southwestern Pennsylvania for the WPIAL. Would certainly rule some small college facilities as well. Have to put it right up there with Pine Richland. Elizabeth Forward, of course, a nice facility as well. Renz on the far side, losing it out of play. Dylan Rice taking the quick throw in into Justin Hartzick. Trying to lob it over Max Snodgrass. Martinsik, though, winning it back there for South Fayette. Send it back to Zach Weiss. Down over to Ethan Sanders. Eli Mitchell knocks it down over to Cooper. Now Mitchell again on the give and go. Eli Mitchell with a head of steam coming forward. Mitchell on the run. The shot knocked down there by Loker. Deflected wide. Colby Davis trying to stay with it. And chipped out off of South Fayette. Corner kick here for the Mustangs. They're trying to go quickly. Davis will go into the box. Hartsook trying to head it along. Touched there by McLay. No one home, though, on the near side. Cooper trying to come over. Cleared out by South Fayette. Bodied down by Braden Steele. Steele working off to his right. Steele's shot blocked out in front and cleared out by Gavin Eldridge. So another good opportunity for Laurel Highlands here in the second half. Just can't find goals right now. Yannick trying to break out of his own zone. Run slow there by Rudy Panda. Panda sending it down to Jarrett Renz, and Jacob Campbell coming way out to send the ball out of play. Renz will take the throw-in. Bodied down here on the near side. Played back to Renz, looking across to Panda. And Mitchell finding the loose ball here for Laurel Highlands. Eli on the chip up to Jason Cooper. Cooper a little head of steam. Michael Gates there on the backside battling Alec McLay. Gates trying to send it out. A throw in here for the Mustangs. Mitchell to take it. Getting a little open space again. Headed along there by Yannick. Over to Davis. Played back to Dylan Seaman. Seaman puts it down. Lobs it down on the far side. Looking there for Justin Hartzick. But Timmy Loker on the scoop up. Again, booted back to center. Look out, South Fayette, another run here. It's Jarrett Renz. And Jeremy Abraham doing a good job to come back defensively. And we'll see some changes here with 25 minutes left in regulation time. We'll take a quick time out with South Fayette leading Laurel Highlands 4-0 here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Colby Davis entering the match for the first time for Laurel Highlands. Josh Heineman checking in for South Fayette. Still 4-0. South Fayette leading Laurel Highlands. We're down to 24-40 left here in regulation time. So the Mustangs running out of time. If they want to try to continue their season, they're going to have to find at least 4 goals here in the second half. If they want to extend their 2017 campaign past the remaining time left here in regulation. Braden Steele going down there in a battle with Jacob Olszewski. Those two still go at it, and Steele kind of sends down Jacob again. No foul call, just ruled out of play. Our match officials have been calling things rather loose here today. Daniel Yost, Sean Riley, and Dave Wilson. And we've seen a pretty balanced match from the officials. Not really favoring one team or another. And what a lot of the small things go here so far today. Here's Dylan Seaman sending it down, looking for Colby Davis. Davis on his horse, but coming out there, the keeper Timmy Loker will send it back to center. A little touch there from Martinsik. Played down to Chad Eldridge again on the far side. Already 3 assists for Chad in the match. Back again to Zach Weiss. Going crossfield here on the near side. They reset over to Michael Gates. Looking there for Rudy Panda. Sent high by Seth Yannick. Off the body of Eli Mitchell. On to Dylan Seaman. Here's Seaman through the midfield. Has Gavin Eldridge out in front. Look to send it down to McLay. Deflected back. Won there by Dylan Seaman. Seaman trying to cross back to Jason Cooper. Over to Eli Mitchell. And Mitchell shot from a distance. Deflected out in front. And going out of play. Should be a corner kick here for Laurel Highlands. And they'll bring Eli Mitchell over to the near corner flag to take the corner with 22:46 left in regulation time. Eli on the lob. Caught there again by Timmy Loker. And Timmy will roll it out here on the near side. South Fayette trying to break back. Intercepted there by Yannick. Over to Cooper. Near side to Braden Steele. Off the body of Colby Davis. Picked up by Rudy Panda. Off to Colin Martinsik. Martinsik will open space out ahead. Jacob Campbell now will try to protect the ball here on the far side, making sure it was last touched by South Fayette going out. Will be a Mustang goal kick. Under 22 minutes now left in regulation time. We've yet to have a goal here in the second half. 4-0. South Fayette leading Laurel Highlands. There's Braden Steele on the near side for the Mustangs. Over to Eli. Looking there for Colby Livingston. While going through Colby. South Fayette looking to break out. Ethan Sanders on the lob forward. And play whistled down. Free kick coming back here for the Mustangs. Had an opportunity. I mentioned the Mustangs without both their head coach and top assistant, Jerry Rogers Sr. and Jerry Rogers Jr. Jerry's Sr.'s daughter and Jerry Jr.'s sister getting married today, so both the Rogers unavailable for this match. And Dave Sahida, the Laurel Highlands girls coach, serving as the head coach for the match here today for the Laurel Highlands boys team. But talking to Jerry Sr. back at Laurel Highlands before the team left today, mentioned how disappointing it was just not to have a full squad health-wise available. Some of the injuries the Mustangs have sustained. So it really would have been nice to have an opportunity to play this South Fayette team. And able to get to being at 100% health-wise. Just has not been the case. The number of injuries the Mustangs have had to deal with throughout the course of the season. And despite all the injuries, even with a loss here today, Laurel Highlands won the season at 11-6-1. Pretty respectable, and again, in the playoffs for the 5th time over the last 6 years, and they're really drawing a rather tough first-round opponent. Of course, Laurel Highlands a third-place team out of their conference. South Fayette finishing in second place out of Section 4 in 3A. So a fair draw at that. But South Fayette certainly a rich playoff history. You mentioned they won the Wpial championship just 2 seasons ago. And they're certainly consistent performers, and not only the Wpial playoffs, they've had some nice runs in the state playoffs as well. But you look at the improvement here in this Laurel Highlands soccer program. I think it was started when you had Zach Sipe here as the head coach, and certainly continued on now with Jerry Rogers Sr. and Jerry Rogers Jr. Just being in the playoffs 5 times over a 6-year period. If you consider the fact that if you go back over the previous 7 years, the Mustangs were just in the playoffs once over that 7-year period. So hopefully Laurel Highlands able to continue this trend of playoff appearance. Is certainly nice to see. So competitive once again as far as boys high school soccer. And now Chad Eldridge breaking back into the box as 3 assists, looking for a goal. He was tripped up. Nothing called. That's been the way, though. This match has been called. We've mentioned it several times. It's been called rather loose. And with the match officials staying consistent, Chad was not going to be awarded a penalty in that situation. 18-11 now left here in the second half. Still 4-0. South Fayette over Laurel Highlands. All 4 goals coming in the first half of this match. Seth Yannick taking the safe route there, playing it back to keeper Jacob Campbell. Again, lobs back to center. Rudy Panda looking for the ball there for South Fayette. Goes over to Gavin Eldridge, who again sends it back on his back line to the center back Ethan Sanders, and he'll go back to the keeper Timmy Loker. South Fayette using all of the field right now. Guess in semi-park the bus mode, protecting a 4-goal lead, and that should be a push down there. As Jody Guerrero made contact with Braden Steele. Guerrero picks up the foul and a free kick here for the Mustangs. As Eli Mitchell look for a lob here inside the 18-yard box. Mitchell on the liner. Headed out there by Sanders. Seaman trying to track it back down for Laurel Highlands. Another collision, and this free kick will be awarded to South Fayette. Mentioned this is the first of 2 playoff matches being played here today at South Fayette High School. Our Lady of Sacred Heart will be taking on Bentworth after this match wraps up. Those 2 teams lining up to our left. Actually saw the Bentworth Bearcats last night on the high school football field, and one of their best soccer players, Levi Jordan, who actually holds the... We'll get back to that thought in just a moment as Laurel Highlands trying to break back here. Jason Cooper's shot, little one-hopper going back to Timmy Loker. But Levi Jordan, who was the kicker on the Bentworth soccer team, the all-time leader in assists at Bentworth. Levi, a pretty interesting story. He was diagnosed about 2 years ago with Crohn's disease. As Eli with a little chip going back here again to Timmy Loker. And talking to the Bentworth football coach, Ronnie Skiles, earlier this week, said Levi actually almost died a few years ago. Just battled back, lost 30 pounds, battling Crohn's disease. Takes 11 pills a day right now just to stay functional, but he's the co-captain on the football team, co-captain on the soccer team, and is hoping to play either football or soccer at the collegiate level. Wants to major in forestry. Was also the homecoming king this year. Just a feel-good story to see this kid back out there, not only playing football, but playing soccer as well. And you wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. Wish the Bearcats best of luck as well on the pitch here this afternoon against Our Lady of Sacred Heart. Here's Panda trying to come back here for South Fayette. Deflected off of the Mustangs and out. Justin Hartzig back in on the Laurel Highlands side. As Colby Livingston takes a seat. See multiple substitutions as well on the South Fayette side. We'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network. We're back underway. South Fayette looking for another scoring opportunity. Lacrosse out in front, intercepted there by Jacob Campbell. And we haven't had a goal scored here in the second half of the match. 4 from South Fayette in the first half, still standing strong. Lions another break forward here with Max Snodgrass going wide to Guerrero, defending there Braden Steele. And a push call here on Guerrero. It'll be a free kick here for Laurel Highlands. Mustangs trying to close this game on a positive note. 14 minutes left in regulation time. Played hard. South Fayette just a good team. Mustangs taking a shot there. Laurel Highlands player down. We'll get some confirmation before passing on who that is. A little header attempt. So an injury timeout with 13:39 left here in the second half. We'll take a quick timeout as well here on the South Union Township Sports. Back here at South Fayette High School, the injured Laurel Highlands player, number 20, Jeremy Abraham, being helped off. Abraham getting dinged up there on a header. Wish him the best. Getting some assistance there from Laurel Highlands acting head coach Dave Sahida and one of the athletic trainers here for South Fayette. We'll resume this match. He'll put Jeremy over on the athletic training card on the far side. Luciano McElprang will check in. Trying to get things set up here. Mustangs making another change. Jason Cooper re-entering as well on the Laurel Highlands side. And South Fayette will take the courtesy kick back after the injury to Timmy Loker, the keeper. Now Loker to work out of his own zone. Boot going over Jarrett Renz. Looking to break forward here with another nice rush. Look out. That was Zachary DiGiacomo coming forward. Mustangs defending that well. There's Rudy Panda. Plays it back to Ethan Sanders. Back here on the near side, Michael Gates. Low ball forward, but touched out. Good for a give and go there with Max Snodgrass was Jarrett Renz. Dylan Rice will take the throw in. Headed there by McLay over to Colby Davis. Davis defended by Zach Weiss and Rudy Panda. Played back to Dylan Seaman. Dylan looking there for Eli Mitchell. And Renz will break back out here for South Fayette. Going to send it low for Ethan Bollinger. Lions stay with it. Little lob here. Over to Snodgrass. Is missing wide here in the near side. Look at the South Fayette roster. Have a lot of brothers and cousins out there. A lot of similar last names, same last names out there. Of course, you have Rob Eldridge, the head coach. Gavin Eldridge and Chad Eldridge on the team. A couple of Bollingers out there as well. Ethan number 1 and Dylan number 9. And they've had their fair share of success again this season. And they'll continue on into the WPIL playoffs. They'll take on either Ringgold or Indiana. Coming up in the quarterfinal round on Wednesday. Down to 11 minutes left in regulation time. Ringgold and Indiana playing their first round game this afternoon at Bell Vernon High School. Bell Vernon was seeded 8th, also playing Hampton at Bell Vernon. Hampton, the number 9 seed. West Allegheny, the number 1 seed, playing a home match against 16th seeded West Mifflin. Other side of the bracket, Chartiers Valley, the number 2 seed, hosting Trinity. That game coming up later on tonight. Mars, the number 7 seed, hosting 10th seed Blackhawk. Of course, the Laurel Highlands girls will also travel to Mars for their first round playoff matchup. Laurel Highlands girls seeded 15th. Girls from Mars, the number 2 seed. Knox seeded 3rd, taking on 14th seeded Ambridge. That match also at Mars High School. And Montour, the number 6 seed, hosting TJ. The Jags, the number 11 seed. That match being played at Montour High School later on this afternoon. Laurel Highlands looking for a goal here before this match is said and done. Only have about 10 minutes left in regulation to do that. Dylan Seaman circling back. All defended there by Jarrett Renz. Seaman off to McElprang here on the near side. Battling Snodgrass and South Fayette again clearing it forward. Up to Ethan Bollinger. Ethan battling Seth Yannick. Ethan now back on the near side. Sidestepping. Check that Seth Yannick looking to cross out in front. Nice little poke there. The Mustang keeper, Jacob Campbell. Now McLay and Davis trying to put a little pressure on the South Fayette back line. They've been solid, though, throughout the course of the afternoon. Martinsik over to Weiss. Lob back down, then cleared back out by Braden Steele. Bodied there by Colby Davis. Colby battling Zach Weiss again. And South Fayette winning the ball back again to Colin Martinsik. Colin holding, going cross field on the near side to Michael Gates. McElprang a little pressure here on Gates, who chips it down over to Snodgrass. Snodgrass breaking back out. Low ball forward, Ethan Bollinger. Bollinger on the cross. Look out for the back post, but it goes over the head and out. And another goal kick here for Laurel Highlands. 8:40 now left here in the second half. Josh Phillips now will check into the match. Gavin Eldridge. Check that. It's going to be Danny Rogers back in on the South Fayette side. And Rogers actually the new keeper for South Fayette. The Mustangs with a break coming back. They'll test Rogers early on, who dives out and makes the save. So Danny Rogers just checks into the match. Gets tested on 2-on-1 coming back and makes a diving stop. Keeping the shutout on the board for South Fayette. Talk about being thrown into the fire rather quickly. Now South Fayette, look, a little run down the field there, and Jacob Campbell diving out to make the save there. Josh Phillips now trying to track down the loose ball for the Mustangs. Playing it back to Braden Steele, and now Colby Davis. Davis fronted there by Zach Weiss. Singing down the near side to Justin Hartzick. Hartzick in front of the far boundary, deflected off of South Fayette and out. Hartzick now trying to go quickly. Rogers, the new keeper for South Fayette, a junior. We talk about getting tested early on. He was into the match maybe about 10 or 15 seconds before the Mustangs had an on-man break coming back and a pretty good shot on goal. There's Phillips for Laurel Highlands. Touchdown, Eli Mitchell. A foul there not called on South Fayette. Lions, though, lose it in front of the Laurel Highlands bench. And the Mustangs played hard here today, just kind of ran into a better team. And being as shorthanded as Laurel Highlands was entering this match, can't be too surprised if you look at the history of the South Fayette program and what the Mustangs are working with today, being undermanned. Mackel praying to trigger it in. Into Alec McLeay. Over to Eli Mitchell. The Lions played back up to Ethan Bollinger. 6 minutes now left in regulation time. Gonna roll back to Jacob Campbell again. Gavin Eldridge on it. We'll touch forward down to Max Snodgrass. Guerrero trying to track it down. Dylan Rice there for Laurel Highlands. Rice plays it ahead to Josh Phillips. And Phillips will send it out. With 5:34 left here in the second half. All 4 goals for South Fayette in the first half of this match. Guerrero trying to break past Phillips. Nothing there. Deflected off of Laurel Highlands and out. Snodgrass triggers back in. Over to Guerrero. Little touch there from Renz. And last touch by South Fayette going out. Another goal kick here for the Mustangs. Colby Livingston back into the match for Laurel Highlands. Dylan Seaman also in as well. Under 5 minutes left in regulation time.
Coming in for the Lions, number 7, Ishan Kanakia.
Mitchell over to Mackel praying. Looking to touch it back down to McLeay. Up to Ethan Bollinger. Livingston over to McLeay. If it's onside, great opportunity here for the Mustangs. McLeay breaking in and chipping it just wide. Another good look for Laurel Highlands. They've certainly had more scoring opportunities here in the second half than they had in the first half of this match. They just not have been able to get the ball past South Fayette keepers. Again, Timmy Loker starting the match. Now Dan Rogers coming on in goal here over the last couple of minutes. 3:45 left now in regulation. Jarrett Renz. Nice little run down the far side, cross out in front and sent home.
Score for South Fayette, assisted by number 5, exactly.
Now 5-0.
Max Snodgrass.
And Max Snodgrass getting his second goal of the match. Coming here with 3:24 left in the second half. 5-0 South Fayette. We're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network. The goal coming from Max Snodgrass. Zach DiGiacomo getting the assist. Five 0 South Fayette over Laurel Highlands. South Fayette checking out Gavin Eldridge, number 24. A lot of second teamers now in on both sides. Mitchell looking there for Livingston. A little poke there from Zach Weiss. Looking for Ethan Bollinger. Now Guerrero trying to come free. Ball rolling back to Jacob Campbell. Not overall, though. The Mustangs played hard, though, in this match. As I mentioned a couple of times, kind of ran into a better team here today. South Fayette looking for another chip down to Guerrero. Played over there by Campbell in the vicinity of Jason Cooper. There's Mitchell going back to Dan Rogers. .219 now left in regulation. 5-0 South Fayette over Laurel Highlands. Mitchell a steal, though, for the Mustangs. Down to Alec McLay. McLay out in front of Rogers. Rogers another save. Ball still loose and cleared out by the Lions. And Zach Weiss, who was solid there in front of the goal on the South Fayette. And Mustangs can't buy a goal tonight. Seaman breaking back. 1:52 to play. Seaman fronted there by Guerrero. Circles back to his left. Sends it off to Josh Phillips. Touchdown looking for Alec McLay. Deflected back to Dylan Seaman. And sent out a play off of Jarrett Renzen out. Jason Cooper to take the throw in. Final 90 seconds. Cooper to take another throw in. Seaman on to Hartzick. Over to Livingston on the far side. Colby looking across. It was intercepted. Martinsik knocking it down. Off the body there of Rice. Over to Livingston. Looking for Phillips. Cleared out again by Michael Gates. Down to 49 seconds left in regulation. Illegal throw in there from Phillips. He's actually trying to throw it in from behind the blue line, which is not the soccer line. .25 seconds left. Braden Steele going through Eli Mitchell. Off to McLay. Again deflected out. On just about do it. Down to 5, down to 4, and the South Fayette Lions will advance to the WPIL quarterfinals with a 5-0 win over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Again, a pair of goals for Max Snodgrass, Jarrett Renz, Rudy Panda, and Gavin Eldridge scoring. Chad Eldridge picking up 3 assists for South Fayette as the Lions defeat the Laurel Highlands Mustangs by a score of 5-0. Today's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak with Jerry Dupay. Your final score, South Fayette 5 and Laurel Highlands 0. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation.
They play their last game